Chapter 4, Breaking the News. That afternoon, Bean's dad wandered into the kitchen. Holy moly cannoli! What are you eating? He squalled. Grandma, said Bean. Her mouth was full of blah, blah. Graham cracker sandwich, explained Ivy, with maple syrup and peanut butter. What's up, Bean's dad? He sat down at the table to watch. Bean swallowed. It took a long time. Finally, she said, Dad, can we have some money? You can get an allowance, Bean sighed. No, I don't. Not for 2 more months. Don't you remember? His eyes got narrow. He remembered 7. You're right. Bean didn't want to talk about it. Quickly, she asked, but what if I need some money? Earn it, he said. When I was a kid, I didn't get extra money from my parents. If I wanted a comic book, I had to buy it myself. With money I earned myself. But how did you make the money? Did you have a job? Sure, I had a bunch of jobs. I washed my father's car, for instance, and mowed the lawn and vacuumed the house. He paused. And there was the newspaper, too. Ivy and Bean looked at each other. Car, mouthed Ivy silently. We'll wash your car for $10, said Bean at once. No, says Father. What do you mean, no, yelled Bean. You just told us we should make money by washing cars. Oh, forgot to show you the picture. Hello, do you remember the time you washed the house? Do you remember what happened in the basement? He said. No water. Bean rolled her eyes. Okay, lawn. Ha, her father snored. Do you think I'm gonna let you drive a lawnmower? Think again. Vacuuming? said Ivy. Excuse me, he said. Aren't you the one who vacuumed up the tuna salad? Bean sighed deeply. Fine. What was the newspaper? I made newspapers, said Dad. He smiled. It was called the Explosion. Cool. It's called the Explosion. Cool. Did it explode? Bean asked. That sounds like a pretty good newspaper. No. That's just what it was called here, Dad said. Her dad said. He leaned back in his chair and stared into space. It was about all the stuff that happened in my neighborhood. You know, who got a dog, who'd fallen off their bike, that kind of news. He started to look dreamy. It was great. Everyone wanted it. I charged a copy, which was a lot of money back then. I went to all houses in my neighborhood. Oh, got to show you the picture again. I remember exactly what I said too. I said, hello, I'm David. Do you want to know what's going on in the world around you? Subscribe to the Explosion, and you'll learn about all the thrilling events that happen on Esplanade Avenue. Plus, you'll be helping to keep neighborhood children off the street. What subscribe mean? asked Ivy. That means they gave me money. Bean's dad still looked dreamy, and then I brought them the newspaper when I was done. Bean sat up straight. Yep. How much money did you make? Asked Bean. Lots, he said. I don't remember. More than $10? I guess, he said. Even everyone bought it. Dad said, Bean, let me get this straight. You went around your neighborhood asking for money and people just gave it to you? You didn't have to give them the explosion first? Her dad shook his head. No, they gave me the money and then I made the newspaper. Ivy looked at Bean. It sounds good to be true. Are you sure, Dad? Sure, I'm sure, he said. That's what subscribing is. Bean looked at Ivy and shrugged. Dads don't lie. Both girls stood up. Thanks for making such a great snack, Dad. See ya, said Bean. Wait, don't you want to hear about what I wrote? Asked Bean's dad. But Ivy and Bean were already gone. Bean sat down with a thump in her basket chair. Bet we could charge $1. Your dad only charged a quarter, Ivy reminded her. She was stretching out on the floor. But that was back in the old days, said Bean. And besides, our newspaper will be great. It'll be worth $1. What should we call it? Asked Ivy. The Explosion? Said Bean. No, that would be copycatting, Ivy said. Okay, Bean said. How about the wax? After all, wax is the whole point of our newspaper. Ivy frowned. I don't think most people like wax as much as we do. Well, you think of something. I am thinking, said Ivy. She put her feet up on Bean's wall so that all her blood would go into her head and help her brain. Suddenly, Bean slid off her basket chair and onto the rug. The flipping pancake. Get it? Because it's pancake court? Isn't that great? Sometimes her ideas were so good, she amazed herself. The flipping pancake, Ivy said slowly. The flipping pancake. She took to her feet. Down off the wall. It's perfect. Everyone who lives here will buy it. We'll be rich, rich, rich. Crackled Ivy. We'll be rolling in wax. We'll be rich, rich, rich. Crackled Bean. We'll be rolling in wax. Crackled Ivy. The next chapter is What a Deal. What happens then? I don't know.